Exploring barbecue styles across the U.S., a flavorful journey through regional traditions, Part 2. Memphis Barbecue. Memphis barbecue is not just a meal, it's a way of life. Known for its rich flavors and smoky aroma, this style predominantly features pork in delicious forms. When you think about Memphis barbecue, what comes to mind? Is it the tender pulled pork or the fall-off-the-bone ribs? Let's explore the key components that make Memphis barbecue a standout. Pulled pork and ribs. At the heart of Memphis barbecue, you'll find pulled pork and ribs. These dishes are the stars of most barbecue menus, often drawing in crowds eager for a taste. So, what makes them so special? Pulled pork. This dish comes from the shoulder of the pig. The meat is slow cooked until it's tender and juicy. Often seasoned with a flavorful dry rub, it's pulled apart with forks before serving. The texture is what sets it apart, tender, with a perfect balance of sweet and smoky flavors. Ribs. Whether you prefer spare ribs or baby back ribs, they're a must-have. Memphis ribs are usually smoked low and slow, producing a juicy bite. They can be either dry rubbed or sauced, making them versatile in flavor. The best ribs are cooked until they have a nice bark on the outside while being juicy inside. Both pulled pork and ribs are often served with sides like coleslaw and baked beans, making for a hearty meal that's hard to resist. Dry rub versus wet sauce. When it comes to flavoring, Memphis barbecue has a unique approach. You'll find a delightful mix of dry rubs and wet sauces. Here's a closer look at both. Dry rub. Memphis is famous for its dry rubs, which consist of a blend of spices like paprika, garlic powder, and cayenne pepper. This combination gives the meat a flavorful crust or bark when smoked. The beauty of dry rubs is that they enhance the natural taste of the pork without masking it. Many barbecue enthusiasts prefer this method because it allows the flavors to blend beautifully during cooking. Wet sauce. While dry rubs are popular, wet sauces have their place too. Memphis-style sauces are often tangy and slightly sweet, made from tomato, vinegar, and a mix of spices. Some people love to slather these sauces on their meat after cooking, adding an extra layer of flavor. However, the use of sauce can vary by region, with some locals arguing that the rub should take center stage. In Memphis, the debate between dry rub and wet sauce is lively. Some swear by the rub, claiming it's the purest choice. Others enjoy the saucy kick it adds to their meal. Which one would you choose when enjoying a plate of Memphis barbecue? North Carolina barbecue. North Carolina is famous for its barbecue, but it has distinct styles that set it apart. When we talk about North Carolina barbecue, we're diving into a rich tradition that reflects the state's history and culture. With two major styles, Eastern and Western, each has its own unique flavors and cooking methods. Let's break down these styles and explore the special sauces that make this barbecue unforgettable. Eastern versus Western styles. When you think about North Carolina barbecue, it's key to understand the two main styles, Eastern and Western. Each style showcases different cuts of meat and sauces, making them unique in flavor and presentation. Eastern North Carolina barbecue. This style focuses primarily on whole hogs. The entire pig is slow cooked over wood coals, giving it a smoky flavor. The meat is chopped and served with a vinegar-based sauce that's thin and tangy. The sauce typically doesn't contain tomato or any sweeteners, allowing the natural pork flavor to shine through. Western North Carolina barbecue, also known as Lexington style, this version sticks to pork shoulder, often referred to as butt. The cooking method is similar, with slow cooking over wood or charcoal. However, the sauce here includes a tomato base, which adds a bit of sweetness and richness compared to its Eastern counterpart. This creates a heartier flavor profile. Understanding these differences helps you appreciate North Carolina barbecue on a deeper level. Are you a fan of the smoky, tangy flavors of Eastern barbecue, or do you prefer the sweeter, tomato-infused tastes of the West? Vinegar-based sauces. Vinegar-based sauces are at the heart of North Carolina barbecue. What makes them so special? Their simplicity and historical roots. Ingredients: these sauces usually consist of vinegar, pepper, and salt. It's the vinegar that stands out, giving the sauce its signature tang. Some may add spices or a hint of sugar, but the core remains the vinegar. Historical significance: the use of vinegar in barbecue dates back generations, originating from the Southern tradition of using what was easily available. Vinegar acts as a preservative and enhances the flavor of the meat. Additionally, it cuts through the richness of the pork, balancing the dish perfectly. This connection to history makes vinegar-based sauces more than just a flavoring agent. They symbolize traditional cooking in North Carolina and reflect the resourcefulness of its people. Next time you enjoy a barbecue meal, think about the heritage behind those flavors. It's a delicious story worth savoring.